What if everything you've been told about staying active in your golden years isn't quite right? While we've all heard keep walking to stay healthy, shocking new research suggests that after 70, excessive walking might actually be stealing your strength. Today, we're exploring the 5 critical activities doctors now recommend instead. Activities that could be the difference between maintaining your independence and becoming increasingly frail. Stay with me, because what you'll learn in this video might completely transform your approach to aging. Welcome back to Senior Vitality Life. I'm your host, and today we're tackling a controversial topic that affects millions of seniors worldwide. For decades, walking has been prescribed as the universal exercise solution for older adults. It's low impact, accessible, and certainly better than no movement at all. But here's the surprising truth. While walking delivers wonderful cardiovascular benefits, it might not be providing what your body needs most. After 70, specifically, the preservation of muscle mass and functional strength. Recent studies from leading geriatric research centers have found that seniors who focus exclusively on walking often experience accelerated sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass, compared to those who incorporate more targeted strength and balance exercises. This isn't to say walking is bad, but rather that it shouldn't be your only physical activity. As we age, our bodies require more specific forms of stimulus to maintain function. The problem begins with a fundamental misunderstanding. Walking 10,000 steps became a health benchmark, largely through marketing rather than medicine. In reality, the benefits of walking follow a curve of diminishing returns, especially after 70. While 3,000, 5,000 steps daily offers significant health advantages, obsessing over step counts beyond this can actually detract from time and energy that could be spent on more beneficial exercises. Elizabeth Kovar, a leading geriatric specialist, explains, after 70, your body is fighting a natural tendency to lose roughly 3 to 5% of muscle mass per decade. Walking alone simply doesn't provide enough resistance to counteract this process. In fact, seniors who exclusively walk long distances often develop what we call the skinny frail phenotype, cardiovascularly fit but dangerously weak in terms of muscle strength and power. This doesn't mean you should stop walking altogether. Rather, consider walking as just one component of a more comprehensive fitness strategy that addresses the specific challenges of aging. Focus area number 1, progressive resistance training. The single most important activity for adults over 70 is progressive resistance training. This doesn't mean you need to become a bodybuilder, far from it. Progressive resistance simply means gradually increasing the challenge to your muscles over time. Research from the National Institute on Aging demonstrates that adults in their 80s and 90s can increase muscle mass by 50 to 80% within just 8-12 weeks of beginning appropriate resistance training. This translates directly to improved mobility, reduced fall risk, and extended independence. Start with bodyweight exercises like chair squats, wall push-ups, and kitchen counter rows. As these become easier, add light resistance bands or small weights. The key is consistency, 2 to 3 sessions weekly, focusing on all major muscle groups, particularly the legs and core, which are essential for everyday movements. Remember, it's never too late to start. Nonagenarians in clinical trials have shown remarkable improvements in strength, often regaining abilities they thought were permanently lost to aging. Focus area number 2. Balance-specific training. Falls represent one of the greatest threats to independence after 70, with 1/3 of seniors experiencing a fall each year. Walking alone doesn't significantly improve your balance capabilities, which require specific training of the proprioceptive system, your body's position sense. Balance training should be performed daily, even if just for 5-10 minutes. Simple exercises like standing on one foot while holding a counter, heel-to-toe walking as if on a tightrope, or practicing sit-to-stand movements without using your hands can dramatically improve stability. Michael Lanchester of the Balance Research Institute notes that dedicated balance training can reduce fall risk by up to 40% within just 3 months. For maximum benefit, try incorporating balance challenges into everyday activities. Brush your teeth while standing on one foot, or practice balance exercises while waiting for your coffee to brew. Focus area number 3, mobility and flexibility work. As we age, joint mobility becomes increasingly restricted, affecting everything from our posture to our walking gait. This restriction doesn't just make movement uncomfortable, it fundamentally changes how we interact with our environment and can lead to compensatory patterns that increase injury risk. Unlike general walking, targeted mobility work focuses on maintaining full range of motion in key joints like the ankles, hips, shoulders, and spine. Simple exercises like ankle rotations, gentle hip stretches, shoulder circles, and seated spinal twists can preserve crucial mobility. The difference between a mobile 80-year-old and an immobile one often isn't genetics but rather consistent attention to these often overlooked movement patterns. Spend just 5–10 minutes daily on mobility work, perhaps while watching television or first thing in the morning, to maintain your body's full movement potential. Focus area number 4, power training. Here's something most seniors never hear about. Muscle power is even more important than muscle strength for maintaining independence. While strength is the ability to generate force, power is the ability to generate force quickly. Think of the difference between slowly standing up versus quickly catching yourself when you trip. Research from the Human Performance Laboratory at Ball State University shows that power declines faster than strength with age, yet power is more critical for activities like climbing stairs, getting out of a car, or recovering from a stumble before it becomes a fall. Simple power exercises include chair stands performed at different speeds, step-ups where you focus on the upward push, or even practice quick reaches as if catching something. The key is controlled movement with brief moments of acceleration. Just 2 sessions of power training weekly can dramatically improve your reactive capabilities and everyday function. Focus area number 5, cognitive physical integration. The 5th focus area represents cutting-edge research in geriatric health, the integration of cognitive challenges with physical movement. This dual-task training better prepares your body and mind for real-world situations where you need to think and move simultaneously. Rather than simply walking, try activities that combine thinking and moving, walking while counting backward by 7s, dancing to music where you need to remember sequences, or playing games like ping pong or tennis that require strategic thinking and physical coordination. These activities strengthen the neural connections between thought and action, which tend to degrade with age. Sandra Mickelson from the Cognitive Mobility Institute explains, "We see remarkable improvements in both physical function and cognitive processing when seniors engage in activities requiring simultaneous mental and physical effort. This integrated approach appears to better prepare older adults for the complex demands of daily living." Putting it all together, the ideal weekly schedule. So how do you incorporate these 5 focus areas into your weekly routine? Here's a practical approach that balances effort and recovery. Monday, 20 minutes resistance training, focusing on lower body, followed by 10 minutes of balance exercises. Tuesday, 20–30 minutes of moderate walking, plus 10 minutes of mobility work. Wednesday, 20 minutes resistance training, focusing on upper body and core, with integrated cognitive challenges. Thursday, rest day with gentle mobility work. Friday, 20 minutes of power training exercises plus balance work. Saturday, social physical activity like dancing, tennis, or group exercise class. Sunday, 20–30 minutes of moderate walking, with intentional dual-task challenges. Notice that walking still has its place, but it's now part of a more comprehensive approach rather than the sole focus. This balanced schedule ensures you're addressing all the critical components of physical function while allowing adequate recovery between sessions. Common obstacles and how to overcome them. I know what some of you are thinking. This sounds great, but what about my arthritis? My bad knee? My lack of equipment? Let's address these common concerns. For joint pain, water-based exercises offer an excellent low-impact environment for resistance training. Many community centers offer senior-specific water exercise classes. For those with mobility limitations, chair-based exercises can be remarkably effective. Even seated movements with light resistance bands can significantly improve strength and function. Regarding equipment, you need very little to start. Water bottles can serve as light weights. A sturdy chair becomes a workout station. Resistance bands cost less than $20 and can fit in a drawer. The most common obstacle isn't physical but psychological, the belief that it's too late to make meaningful changes. The research clearly contradicts this. Studies show significant improvements in strength and function in subjects well into their 90s who begin appropriate exercise programs. Let me share some remarkable transformations that illustrate what's possible when seniors shift their focus from walking to these 5 essential activities. Margaret, 83, had resigned herself to using a walker after 2 falls in 6 months. After 4 months of resistance and balance training twice weekly, she not only walks unassisted but recently climbed the stairs to see her grandchild's second-floor bedroom for the first time in years. Robert, 76, a former marathon runner, was puzzled by his increasing frailty despite maintaining his daily walks. After incorporating resistance and power training, his functional strength improved by 60% in just 3 months. His doctor was astonished by the improvement in his bone density as well. Elaine, 92, began chair exercises at her nursing home as part of a research study. Within 6 weeks, she regained the ability to stand from sitting without assistance, a critical marker of independence that she had lost years earlier. These aren't outliers. These results represent the typical outcomes when seniors implement these evidence-based approaches consistently. We've covered a lot of ground today, challenging the conventional wisdom about walking as the primary exercise for seniors. To recap, while moderate walking remains beneficial, adults over 70 should prioritize resistance training, balance work, mobility exercises, power development, and cognitive physical integration to truly protect their function and independence. Start small me's. Even 10 minutes daily of these targeted exercises will begin to create positive changes. Consider working with a physical therapist or qualified trainer with senior experience for initial guidance. Many community centers and senior organizations now offer evidence-based programs specifically designed around these principles. Remember, the goal isn't living longer while becoming increasingly frail. The goal is maintaining your capacity to live independently and continue doing the things that bring you joy. As Dr. Catherine Mirabelli, pioneer in geriatric fitness, puts it, we're not just adding years to life, but life to years. I'd love to hear about your experiences implementing these changes. Share your journey in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more evidence-based guidance on optimal aging. Until next time, this is Senior Vitality Health, empowering you to age on your own terms.